someone who was very witty, smart, intelligent.
They are simple reminders of a man Debbie Baumberger knew as her only son.
He liked to play Magic the Gathering cards. He also was a marathon runner.
Snapshots of a baby boy.
He was brought up as an only child in the family.
Together with his mother.
His father died a few days before he was born.
Photos of a young teen growing into a young man.
To look at these pictures of him right now, I mean, he was so smiling and so happy.
But as time went on and Brian Baumberger became an adult,
he had issues maybe about 5-6 years ago.
That happiness started to fade.
I noticed things were starting to be a little different.
He struggled with depression and sought treatment.
Starting to be a little bit more withdrawn.
But nothing seemed to work.
Seeing him struggle every day, it was hard. It was hard.
In January of this year,
he texted me about 9 o'clock. I love you always.
A mother's nightmare became a reality.
It seemed a little odd that just a text came through with that.
Baumberger tried reaching her 31-year-old son, but there was no answer. She went on Facebook.
Life is like a math problem. Some solutions are simple.
Finding a message she will never forget.
I give up. I don't want a funeral. My body is in my condo. Goodbye.
She stared at a screen reading a public suicide note with one final request.
And on another note, it's pretty effed up that I can legally pass a background check bought in October 2016 and buy a gun with all my mental health problems. You should all work on fixing that.
Baumberger's son killed himself that night using a gun she never knew he had. And in all of her sorrow, she decided she would honor his final words.
My initial thought after my son passed was to have something in place that would protect somebody trying to commit suicide.
Working through her own pain, she was on a mission to change gun laws in Wisconsin.
This is his last request, and I'd like to be an advocate for it.
She's found the most help in her son's best friend.
It's very overwhelming. It's very emotional, and it was really tough.
Who happens to be a state legislator.
I'm committed to passing a bill with Debbie on this and to making sure that we can fulfill Brian's last wish.
State Representative Jonathan Brostoff is taking Baumberger's wish straight to the Capitol.
It's very important, and it means the world to me to be able to do this. So
the bill is in its earliest stages. Baumberger and Brostoff are looking to other states that have gun violence protection orders in place. They temporarily remove guns from people at a high risk of hurting themselves or anyone else.
The legislation, I'm hoping, will help others.
For Baumberger, that could mean expanded background checks and some sort of family notification.
If they want to purchase a gun to be able to notify somebody that they can't, or that there's a red flag going on.
Changing the laws may be tougher than ever.
Compromise always seems to be what rights are we taking away from other people?
Nick Clark is the president of Wisconsin Carry. He believes gun laws should stay the way they are.
As unfortunate and as sad as mental illness is, we have to look at the fact that, if someone really wants to kill themselves, they're going to have multitude of opportunities to do so.
Convincing others might be a huge hurdle, but Baumberger is determined.
You have two parties in the state, and it would be nice to have some, nonpartisan support on this.
She replays her son's last words over and over, using them as motivation.
Somebody who wants to complete suicide takes the time to write this. This has some meaning.
Unwavering in her journey to make a change.
This was his last request. We better get on board and start doing something about it.
With photojournalist Justin Du Bois, Ashley Sears, Fox 6 News.